everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is why men don't approach you. Why men don't approach you. Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers, all of the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, those of you who are new to the channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I will either answer them privately through the email, or I will share them online with the collective, and it can be your decision. Now, those of you who are interested in these caps, they are available in my online store, and you'll find a link in the description. Now it's time for today's affirmation, and we do these affirmations to help with your spiritual growth. And here it is. I make choices in alignment with my values. I make choices in alignment with my values. People, let this sink in deep into your psychic. I make choices in alignment with my values. Let this affirmation be a blessing to you today. Now it's time for movement, and we do these movements to get our blood circulating. Now, today's movement, we're going to do some stretches. And what we're going to do is just raise our hand up like that. Just raise it up just like that. And then we're going to do the other side. All right? So just put your hand on your shoulder any way you want to do it. And let's go. We're going to do it for 5 times. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, stretch it up. 3, stretch it. 4, and 1 more makes 5. All right, now let's do the other side. Ready? 1, come on. 2, you can do it. 3, you can do it. 4, you can do it. And 1 more, 5. Okay, shake it out, shake it out. These movements are important for your physical, your mental, and your spiritual growth. Now let's dive into the message today. I did pull a video. Let's watch the video, and then we're going to talk about this issue. Here we go. Why men don't approach you.
Right, if you're a single woman these days, you're probably not getting approached by men that often in the wild. Ladies, I'm going to tell you why. And this can apply to men too, but typically it's the ladies who want the men to come up and approach them. So let's break it down. So ladies, you want the men to come up and approach you, correct? But have you made yourself approachable? Like, let's be real. We are now in an era where as a man, there's a lot of risk in going and walking up and talking to a woman. You can get shunned, she can make fun of you, she can put you down. It's a little bit of a nerve-wracking experience for men. So I'm gonna break down some ways to make yourself just more approachable, to make yourself a little bit easier or friendlier looking so that people wanna come up and talk to you. Okay, first of all, remove the headphones. Like, if you want people to come up to you and talk to you, you gotta take the headphones out in public. I'm as guilty of this as anyone else. But having headphones in is the universal leave me alone sign, so don't expect people to come up to you and talk to you when you have your AirPods in. Like, it ain't gonna happen. Second of all, look friendly. I know you look super steezy when you have the hat on and the sunglasses, ladies, and you got like the brim like right down over your eyes, the aloe hat. It looks fire, but it's kind of intimidating. Like, as a guy, I can't make eye contact with you. I can barely see your face. It's a little bit spooky if I'm going to go up and approach you. Like, you look scary. You look intimidating. You just don't look approachable with that on. Not that it doesn't look swaggy, but if you're trying to be approached by somebody, maybe not the look.
There are 3 types of women that are often intimidating for many men to approach: wealthy women, wanted women, and well-known women. Men who find their self-worth in their ability to provide or be breadwinners are often intimidated by wealthy women because they assume based on her stability that they have nothing to offer. But that's not always true. Just because she makes a lot of money doesn't necessarily mean she doesn't want a man to take care of her. That might be something she actually desires. She's just extraordinarily successful in her field of work. But every beautiful and pretty woman doesn't have a terrible attitude. Some of them still desire to have a high value man that treats them the way they deserve to be treated or they desire to be treated. So you never assume just because she's attractive that you don't stand a chance.
I've been seeing a whole lot of videos lately of guys explaining why they don't approach women anymore. Alright? And all the reasons that y'all giving, talking about I saw a guy saying that he feel like it's a setup for a girl to embarrass him. Girl's gonna make a video talking shit about him approaching them and calling the cops and all these silly reasons that y'all give. Let's stop the cap, alright? Let's talk about the real reason why y'all scared to approach women. It's the same reason why guys who have always been scared to approach, reason why they haven't done it. The reason why is you're scared of rejection. You don't want to deal with rejection. That's why you don't want to approach women anymore. It's like nowadays it's like cool to be the guy that don't want to approach women, and it's different from when I was growing up, man. Because when I was growing up, the guy that wasn't scared to talk to girls, that didn't give a damn about rejection, he was the cool guy. While all the other guys would be sitting around, it's the cute girl in class or in school. We all scared, well, not me, but all the guys are scared to talk to that girl, but he wasn't, right? That was the cool guy. But nowadays, because of the internet, and the internet have created a safe space for everybody who is the guys that were scared to talk to girls because they didn't want to get rejected. It's created a space for all of them to congregate with each other and, to come together and talk about their frustrations when it comes to dealing with women. And they have made it cool to be the guys that don't approach girls.
Okay, ladies, as you see in the video, men have a lot of reasons why they don't approach us. Now, some men are saying that they don't approach women anymore because they're looking for the women to chase them. Notice what's going on, women. You are being put in the position to chase after men. Don't do it. Don't do it. Even if he doesn't approach you, let him stay where he is. You concentrate on you. Concentrate on you and your life and creating the life that you want by yourself. You can do it alone. You don't really need him. Now, when he decides that he wants you, he needs to approach you. Do not approach men. Don't do it. Don't chase them. Don't approach them. You see, they're trying to set you up to do that. That's why they're saying now, well, we're not going to approach women anymore. They're setting you up to chase them. Ladies, don't fall into that trap. No. No. You are the prize. Don't chase them at all. Let them just do whatever they're going to do. And you take care of yourself. Now, ladies, I know a number of you would desire to have a man in your life. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not talking against marriage or partnership or any of that. I think it's a wonderful thing. When both parties respect each other. Both parties love each other. And neither is trying to take advantage of the other. All right? I met a man one time. And he watched me for a long time. He happened to be in this place that I frequented a lot. And he would watch me. And I eventually noticed him watching me. But he never actually approached and said anything. All right? So one day I had some business that was close in his area. And I went over and I said hello, and I probably introduced myself or whatever, right? But I wasn't doing it because I was attracted to him. He was just there all the time. So I figured, all right, might as well introduce myself, which I did. This man, when I finally talked to him, I found that he was intimidated. He was even more intimidated after I spoke with him. So I left it alone. I just crossed him off as being weak. A weak man, people. A strong man. If he sees something that he wants, he's going to go after it. He's going to go after it, and nobody can stop him from going after it. And that's what you want. You want a strong, independent man who knows who he is. Because this is the only kind of man that can benefit your life. You don't need a weak man. He can't do anything for you. He can take from you your energy and your support and all of that. As a matter of fact, this weak man had the nerve to tell me, I'm not scared of you. For him to say that showed that he was. Why would that even come out of his mouth? He didn't know me. For him to say something like that, it means that he was intimidated by what he saw. And it's a lot of men out here like that today. Because men are weak. They're not strong, upstanding, confident men that they used to be. They're not that. They're weak and feminine. So that's why they don't approach you. They're afraid. They're afraid of rejection, number one, because inside themselves they know they don't measure up. So that's why they fear rejection. If they knew that they were strong, independent men, they wouldn't fear rejection. That's a weak man that fears rejection. From a woman? Come on. Come on. And another thing that men mention, that they are afraid that women will put them on social media. And that's true. That's true. If you show yourself as a weak man, you may find yourself up on social media. True. All these things can happen today. But what I'm saying is, if the man knows who he is and is confident and knows how to approach what he really wants, there's no fear there. There's no fear. Because he is confident within himself. Women, you should be confident within yourself. Same thing. Don't approach men. If he doesn't approach you, leave it alone. He's weak. You don't need a weak man at all. The man for you will approach you in the right way. That's not offensive to you, makes you feel good, and lets you know what a value you are. This is the kind of man you want. A man who values you. And when the right man sees you, he will approach you. If a man is not approaching you, it's because he either is not interested, he's intimidated, which means he's weak, or he knows that he cannot provide for you. Period. So you don't want them anyway. You don't want them to approach you, ladies. So don't feel some kind of way because you feel like men are not approaching you. It could be you. You could be putting out the wrong kind of vibes. If you're putting out these don't talk to me vibes, when nobody's going to approach you, if you're putting that out. But if you're putting out loving energy, men will approach you. They will approach you because of that loving energy that you're putting out. It's hard to resist. You see, you have a smile on your face. You love yourself. You love your life. Men want to be around women like that. But know this, ladies. Many men out here still have that mindset. Women should submit to them. Okay, let's look at this. I say women don't submit to a man. There's no need for you to submit to his will. compromising with a man. You can do that. You compromise. You come to some sort of agreement together, but not just because his word, he's the master and whatever he says you got to do, that's submission. No. Ladies, we don't want to do that. We don't need a master. And some men will not approach you because you don't seem the submissive type. And you don't want to be the submissive type. If you submit to a man, you are giving all of your power away to him to do with you as he will. Ladies, we don't want that. You don't want that kind of man. So, these kind of men that don't approach you because they are intimidated, you don't look like the kind that will submit to them. So they pass you by. They'll look at you, but they'll pass you by. Good. You don't want them anyway. Ladies, continue to love yourself. Work on yourself. Don't worry about a man. When you work on yourself and love yourself and you are generating love, the right men will approach you. But you need to be on that high vibration where you go around and you're confident with yourself, and it shows. You value yourself, and it shows. You know your worth, and it shows. And if any man is intimidated by that, he is not the right man for you. It's as simple as that, ladies. You don't want these men anyway. They will only cause you frustration and heartbreak. They have nothing for you. And remember, you can't change a man. He is who he is. He is who he wants to be, not what you want him to be. A lot of times, ladies, we will walk up to these men and try to start a relationship. You figure if he's looking at you and you looking at him, and if he doesn't say anything, you'll run on over there and start talking. Start talking to this man. I know the man that I approached, I wasn't spiritual, but I found out that that wasn't the kind of man I wanted. So I never did it again, never approached any man again. It's a bad idea. It gives the wrong impression. The man wanted to give me his number for me to call him. I don't call men. I don't call men, period. So it's no use to you giving me your number. All right? And so he says, well, why you don't call me? What makes you better than me? Well, for him to say something like that showed that he was a weak man. What makes you better than me? Why you don't call me? Number one, I don't even know you. Why would I call you? Trying to make some kind of situation or relationship out of something. You want me to chase you to try to make a relationship happen? It's never going to happen. Never will I chase a man to try to create some kind of relationship, a situationship. But this man apparently is used to women chasing after him. That wasn't going to be me at all. I don't call men up. I don't run after them. I don't try to do things for them to notice me at all. And this is when men come to you and try to get your attention when you're not paying any attention to them. Love yourself, ladies. It works. Love yourself and put out that positive energy all the time. And always think positive about yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. You are a beautiful being. And don't allow men to make you feel that something's wrong with you. You are gorgeous creatures. Love yourself. And don't degrade yourself to be with a man. Don't do that. Many of us do. And that's why we hear in the news of these poor women who have been sexualized with these men, but guess what? They created it. When you're going out here with your body out, showing all of your assets, all of them, and then you want to cry and complain how the men passed you around to their buddies and how they shamed you and all of that, when you created it. You did it. Ladies, love yourself. Take care of yourself. Harness your power. And don't allow these men to make you feel you need to be a certain way to get them. No. No. There are good men out there who want good women. But these good men, they have as hard a time finding you as you attracting them. Because they're trying to weave in through all of these women who are selling their bodies to find men. Good men will use those women, but they won't stay with them. That's not really what they want at all. They want something that's good and wholesome, ladies. And this is what you should aspire to be. Good and wholesome. Don't be swayed by what you see in the magazines, on the TV, in the movies, and all of that. Don't be swayed by that. That is not the way for you to be. And that is not the kind of men that you want to attract anyway. You can look into society and see what happens with those women. Love yourself. And don't feel like there's something wrong with you if a man does not approach you, or if men are not approaching you. If they're not approaching you at all, continue to work on yourself and don't worry about it. Continue to work on yourself. Now, I've talked about this before. If you desire a mate, you need to go into spiritual practice and ask for one. And then you'll get a mate that's right for you. Which means he'll be talking your same language. He will love you unconditionally. He will not require you to bend over backwards to satisfy him. He will protect you and he will love you. This is what you want. Take your time. Don't feel bad if men don't approach you. Whatever you desire in life, ask for it. And then be patient. Continue to work on yourself and wait for the divine to deliver it to you. This is my advice. I hope that it helps someone. I hope that you thoroughly understand it. Men have many reasons why they don't want to approach women anymore. Many women are making it too easy. Men don't feel like they need to approach you because you're putting yourself out there for them. You're putting your everything out on a silver platter for the man. So why should he approach? And you're chasing after them, calling them up on the phone, ringing them up, texting them all the time. These are the reasons why men are not approaching you anymore. They feel like they are the treasure and you need to chase after them if you want them. And then when you get them, they don't take care of you. You still got to take care of yourself just to be with him. Ladies, you got to love yourself. You got to pull it back. You got to know your own power and not allow these men to tell you who you are. You go inside yourself and know who you really are. I hope that the message today helps someone, and I really hope that you understand it. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here's the link. Send your questions to Miss Faye's World, YT, at hotmail.com. That's Miss Faye's World, YT, at hotmail.com. And try to keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And if you prefer that I answer your question privately through the email, just put it at the very top of your letter and I will comply. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. I thank you for your comments and your letters, and a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.